need something to rub your feet, roll your feet, not rub your feet. We already know what we're going to rub our feet with at the end. So something to roll your feet out with. I'm using a dowel. You can use a ball, anything like that. A block, if you have one. You could even use a wall. That also works. I'm using a chip foam block to sit on. A cushion works really well, or a blanket folded up. And that is all you will need for practice. And then obviously your oil for the end of practice for your feet. Okay, so we're going to start in a seated position, coming into a nice comfortable seat. And soften your shoulders, gently closing your eyes. And start to bring your attention, your awareness into your body. And taking this time to notice your breath without changing or adjusting. Noticing quality, the pace, the consistency. Where do you feel your breath in your body? Does it feel even in the front and back, the sides of your body? And start to come into a 3-dimensional breath. So as you inhale, you fill the body in all directions, and exhale to draw back into center, like you're filling a balloon or a ball. We're going to take our hands in Apana Mudra. So Apana is drawing the energy down. So bring your thumb and your middle and your ring finger together. The other fingers are going to come straight out. You can just gently place those on your legs. Take a breath here. As you exhale, really send the energy, send the breath into the earth. And then take a moment here to repeat your sankalpa, whatever that is for you, your heartfelt desire, your intention, your vow. And then let's gently release that. We're going to root one hand down. Inhale to reach your arm up. Exhale over to the side. Nice long lateral stretch. Come all the way back through center. And exhale to the other side. And come back through center, little twist, soften your shoulders. Inhale back through center, and then a little twist. Inhale, come back through center. We're going to bring the arms out, gently turn the thumbs down, clasp your hands behind your back, pressing them away from you. Soften your shoulders. Take a nice full breath here. Beautiful. Let's release that. Bring yourself to hands and knees. I'm going to make our way up into standing. So into tabletop, start to invite a little bit of movement into the hips. You can move the hips from side to side. Maybe into some little circles if that feels good or okay in your body. And then in the opposite direction, curling your toes under. Exhale to press back into downward facing dog. Start to pedal your legs out, gently bending one leg and the other. And start to walk your hands and your feet together into a forward fold. So your hands can be on the ground, on the earth, or you can bring the arms right onto your thighs. So your head is above your heart, especially if you have low blood pressure or you get a little bit dizzy. Invite some movement here into your head and neck. So maybe a little bit of gentle up and down, side to side. Nice exhale, cleansing breath out through the mouth. And then root into the earth. You're going to inhale to come up. And then exhale right into your heart space. I'm just going to adjust this slightly because I'm cutting my head off. I think that's okay. Perfect. Okay. Coming towards the front of the space that you're practicing on, we're going to take a step back with our left foot. Pause here. Looking forward. Gently reach your arms up into crescent lunge. Soften your shoulders. Nice, slow, steady breath. Little bounce into that back leg. Step it forward. Inhale. And exhale into your heart. Right leg comes back. Crescent lunge. Hips are forward. Extend your arms up, soften into your shoulders. Nice, slow, steady breath here. Have a little bounce into that back leg. Step it together. Inhale. And exhale to your heart space. Grab whatever it is you're going to roll your feet out with. I'm using my dowel. So before you roll, pause here. Take a moment in standing in Tadasana. Connecting into the earth beneath you. And then start to roll one foot. You can explore a little bit of pressure while you're doing this. And just try to roll from the toes all the way into the heel. Our feet are going to get some extra love tonight. Rolling and massaging. And then when that foot feels complete, give a little back and forth, kind of like you're wringing it out a little bit. And then come off, pause, take a moment, connect into the earth, connect into your breath, connect into your feet. And then start to roll the other foot. Toes all the way into the heel. And then also give a little wringing to that side, kind of pressing back and forth. And then you can gently place whatever it was you're using to the side. I'm going to come towards the front and do a little gentle standing flow. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to step our right foot back into warrior one. This time you want to press the heel down. Nice bend in that front leg. I'll demonstrate both ways. Cactusing your arms out. We're going to move with breath. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale to open. Exhale, nice and slow. Inhale as you open and expand, moving with your breath. Last one. Release your hands down. You're going to straighten that front leg. Hinge your body forward. We're coming into pyramid. So we'll give a few options. If you have a block, you can come right onto a block. Trying to soften your shoulders, lengthen through the top of the head. If you're using a piece of furniture, you can place your hands on the furniture or a wall. And just allow everything to soften here. Drawing that front hip back. I didn't already say that. And then from here, we're going to come into a version of Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So you can place your block slightly forward and then step on to that front leg. So the other leg is extending back. Again, option to use maybe 2 blocks if you prefer, or some furniture. You want to press into your heel, toes towards you. Nice and active. And then you're going to slowly release that, lowering your foot down into a bit of a forward fold. Give your hips a little movement from side to side. Inhale to come all the way up. We're not quite finished. Lifting that leg up and then bringing it out to the side for tree pose. So option to have the foot on the ground, below your knee or above. And your foot might get a little bit of oil on it, but that's okay. So really pressing into the earth, pressing into your body. Hands can start at your heart. And then you can gently extend them out. Finding your balance, nice, slow, steady breath. And then slowly start to come back through center. We're going to release that. Give everything a little wiggle, a little shake out. And then let's do that same flow on the other side. Inhale. And exhale to your heart. Left leg steps back. This time, warrior 1. So hips are facing forward. Nice bend through that front leg. And if you feel a little bit of balance, you can just bring your legs wider apart. Cactusing the arms. Exhale. Inhale to open and expand. Moving with your breath. Last one. Release your hands down. Coming into pyramid, start to straighten that front leg. Hinge your body forward. Coming onto either a block or a piece of furniture. And then gently, that front hip often likes to stick out to the side. Draw it back. So you have 2 hips in one line. Nice, slow, steady breath here. And then gently bring that block a little bit more forward. Your back leg is going to come up into a version of Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Nice and active through your back body. Slow, steady breath here. Gently release that. You can give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. A little movement. Come all the way up into tree on the other side. Leg comes up, opening it to the side, and then gently find a spot on your standing leg. Hands can come to your heart. And then option to expand your branches. Extend your arms out. Slow, steady breath. Beautiful. Let's release that. Give your hips a little wiggle. Take a nice big wide stance. turning the toes outward. We're going to inhale to reach up, extending up, and then exhale to cactus, right into goddess. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach up, I like to look up, and then exhale. Pause here. Find some stillness. Just had to close my door. Come up. Then this time we're going to turn the toes inward. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to come forward into a nice forward fold. Soften your shoulders. Nice cleansing breath. Option to use your block here. I'm going to demonstrate with mine. So you can either root your hand flat on your surface or on your block and extend your other arm up as you look towards it. One full breath here and switch. And release. Bring your hands down. Start to heel toe your feet together. Toes are still going to be angled outward. We're going to come into Malasana, squat. So you can start with your arms onto your thighs. Maybe you stay here. And then slowly start to bring your hips down. Option to sit on a block if you prefer, or not. We're going to hold this for about 5 breaths. So try to soften into your jaw, into your shoulders, and you can be at any level. All is perfect. As long as you can breathe. Nice, slow, steady breath. And then we'll slowly come out. So start to bring your hands down. Hips can come up. Turn your feet forward. Walking your feet back into downward facing dog again. Take a breath here. Invite any movement. We're going to come into a nice slow flow. Inhale forward into plank. Lower down one knee and the other knee. Candlestick flow. Bring your arms all the way up. Looking towards your hand. Hold on to one wrist, doesn't matter what side, little side stretch. Back through center, other side. Back through center. This time hands are going to come right onto the low back and upper glutes. Elbows together, gentle back bend. And then slowly release. Walk your hands forward into puppy pose, so keep the hips up nice and high. And then gently melt your hips into your heels. Slow, steady breath here. We're going to do that flow one more time. Inhale to come up into tabletop. Curling your toes, downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. Looking towards either your thighs or your knees. Inhale into plank. Nice, slow, steady breath. Active in your core. You're going to lower one knee, the other knee. Inhale, arms come overhead, looking towards your fingertips. Holding on to one wrist, exhale to one side. Inhale back through center, exhale to the other side. Release your hands. They're going to come towards your low back, upper glutes, elbows towards each other. Gentle little back bend here. And then slowly release into puppy pose. And then melt into child's pose. And from here, gently walk your hands to one side of your mat or the area you're practicing on for a little side stretch. And then walk them to the other side. And come back through center. Make your way into seated. We're going to come into a seated twist. So extending your left leg, right leg's going to come up and over. And then you can start to move towards the right. Soften your shoulders. You can bring your hand behind you for a little support if you like. Nice, slow, steady breath. Come back through center, little counter pose. And then let's switch legs. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. You're looking towards the left side now, the leg that is up and over. And then gently come back through center, little counter twist. You're going to take your feet, bringing them together into cobbler. I like to invite a little bit of movement first. So you might want to let the legs kind of rock back and forth, up and down a little bit. And then if it feels okay in your body, you're going to slowly bring yourself forward. And that may be an inch. That may be good enough in your body today. Keep checking in with your breath and your body and coming to your edge. Take 2 more breaths here. And slowly bring yourself up. You're going to draw the legs together, hold onto the shins, lengthen up, opening into your heart, release. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So the hands are going to come down, fingers facing your feet, and then press yourself up. Taking 1 breath here, and then gently lowering back down, coming into a seated position. We're going to come into alternate nostril breath. I'm going to take your index finger and your middle finger, and we're going to place that and stimulate our Ajna chakra. Or you can take that and place it on your hand. Okay? I like to stimulate Ajna. Thumb's going to come on to one nostril, the other finger's on the other. I'm right-handed, so my thumb is on my right nostril and my other 2 fingers are on my left. We're going to start with the left. Inhale, left. Close left. Open right. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Close right. Open left. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Close left, open right, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, open left, exhale left. Do about 2 to 3 more rounds on your own with your own breath and rhythm. See if you can do it with the eyes closed. Keeping that gentle pause in between. After you've completed 2 to 3 more rounds of that, you can bring your hands beside you, keeping your eyes closed. So allowing the breath to move in and out of the body. Allowing softness to move through your entire body. We're going to start to bring ourselves down. We're going to come into, I'm going to demonstrate supported fish. If you've done supported fish and it doesn't feel good for you, you can use a blanket or a pillow if you have and come into more of like a heart bed. Sometimes when I want more softness, I'll use a chip foam block. So if you're using a block like I'm demonstrating here, you want to make sure your shoulder blades, and I'm using my other block for my head right now, you want to make sure your shoulder blades, like a little waterfall, come right over top of it. And your arms can be out the side, palms up. And just take a moment, check in. Are you able to soften here? Does this feel good and nourishing in your body? Do you feel grounded, calm, and centered? Just really allow your body to soften and settle. Take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly, you can either use your arms to slowly bring yourself up like I'm demonstrating, or roll to the side. I'm going to remove my block. Bring yourself onto your back and extend your arms and your legs. Give your whole body a stretch. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Feet are coming down. Lift your hips up. Find your block or your pillow, whatever you're using. We're coming into supported bridge. Bringing that right under your sacrum. Let your hips come down onto it. Maybe even placing your hands onto your low belly. I love giving my low belly a little bit of love, a little rub here. Take 3 more breaths. If you want to go a little deeper, you can extend your legs out, maybe even bringing your arms overhead. Just checking in to make sure that feels good in your body. Your breath is still easeful. Gently bending your legs again. We're going to root into the ground, lift your hips up, remove your block, lowering your hips back down. Bring your feet nice and wide, cactusing your arms, and then slowly start to let the legs move from side to side for windshield wiper legs. And then allow them to just fall to one side. Take a full breath there. Back through center to the other side. Back through center, bringing yourself into Savasana. So you may want to lay in constructive rest. I'm demonstrating that here. The legs bent. Maybe you want to put your legs on a chair or up the wall or straight. Just take a moment to connect into your body and what will feel good and nourishing to you. Wherever you're at, really allow yourself to soften and settle into the earth beneath you. The opposite qualities of Vata, which is ether and air, earth and water. Inviting these qualities into your body, connecting with the qualities that are within you, your fluidity, your stability and strength. Letting everything melt with each exhale. I'm going to read Donna Fold's poem, Self-Observation Without Judgment. Release the harsh and pointed inner voice. It's just a throwback to the past and holds no truth about this moment. Let go of self-judgment, the old learned ways of beating yourself up for each imagined inadequacy. Allow the dialogue within the mind to grow friendlier and quiet. Shift out of inner criticism and life suddenly looks very different. I can say this only because I make the choice 100 times a day to release the voice that refuses to acknowledge the real me. What's needed here isn't more prodding toward perfection, but intimacy. Seeing clearly and embracing what I see. Love, not judgment, sows the seeds of tranquility and change. Love, not judgment, sows the seeds of tranquility and change. Take a moment here to receive those words. And then gently start to invite some movement into your body. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, bringing yourself up slowly, taking your time, coming into any little stretch or twist. Before we end our practice, we are going to massage our feet, and then we'll complete our practice. So when you arrive in a seated position, you can grab the oil you're using for massage. I like to start with the top of my feet. And like I was saying, giving your feet love. Getting into the heel and the back of the foot. And then the bottom of the foot. And then I like to use two hands for the bottom. And I use my thumb kind of back and forth intermittently. I spend a little bit of attention and energy. It's called the bubbling springs. It's one of the largest energy channels in the body. So the pad of your foot is kind of in the center, underneath the pad. And I do a little pulsing there and a little pressure into that area. And then getting all your toes. And then when that foot feels complete, you can start on the other foot. Top of the foot. Oh, you guys can't even see. I'll move back a little bit. I just noticed that. Good thing I had my handy dandy towel. I just dumped my massage oil. Of course I did. Little circular motions. Getting into the back of the heel. My heels are usually quite dry after summer. And then the bottom. You may want to use the thumbs kind of up and down the feet, alternating. Getting into each toe and right in between them as well. And then when that feels complete, we'll end our practice together. I'm going to put my lid on what oil I have left, so I don't dump that. Bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra, right at your heart space, gently bowing the head towards your heart, connecting qualities of the mind, qualities of our hearts, love, compassion, forgiveness, gratitude, and acceptance. Knowing we are whole and complete exactly as we are. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for joining that practice. I'm just going to